Hey, I'm Michael. Welcome to another episode of Garage Topics. If this is your first time watching the channel, first, thanks. And if you like this video and others, I've got a whole lot more car content going on, so feel free to subscribe. I wanted to give a precursor to the video content today. I went to Outback in the Midwest late summer of 2024 in Indianapolis, and I got there early in the morning Saturday, and as I showed up, there were not many cars in the field, but all of a sudden I see the C10 just sitting right there. This C10 was kind of like a superhero situation. I had seen this truck on multiple G8 forums and Facebook groups, and also C10 groups, and also body swap groups, because this thing was completely body swapped. I got to talking to Luke. I'd never met him before. He was super nice and showed me the truck and showed me all the intricate details. And about halfway through, I was like, I gotta share this with the world because this is incredible. So gracious enough, he let me film him and talk about the truck and the G8 and how the story came to be of that truck existing. I thought it was super cool. Hopefully this inspires someone to go out there and do something crazy with their car, or just go out there and use their car in general, because that's what it's all about. So wanted to get that precursor. I really appreciate everyone watching this. Let's get to live action. So what's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Luke Stilley. I'm from central Iowa, Des Moines area. So I made a 7-hour trek to get here to show off my 72 C10 that's stuffed on top of a Pontiac G8.
And how long did it take you to build it?
Off and on for about 2.5 years.
And so is this a full G8 underneath, or is it just pieces? Like what?
Yeah, so it was, I took a G8 that had a tree had fallen on it, so the roof was caved in, and cut the chassis, or cut the body off of the chassis, and cut the floor out of the C10 cab, and welded the two together. The G8 had a tree fall on it, so the roof was caved in and had been totaled out by insurance. So it was unfortunate. It was a 60,000 mile car, and it was really clean, but kind of hard to put a roof on one of these. So.
And so what do you do with this truck?
It's set up to kind of do everything mediocre and nothing well, but so far it's autocrossed at Good Guys events and some SCCA stuff. It's gone drifting. It's great at cruising, car shows. It's kind of meant to put all my automotive hobbies into one vehicle that I can use at every event I want to take it to. So, jack of all trades, master of none type of thing. So.
And what do you got planned in the future for it?
This winter I'm doing a forged 6-liter to replace this 260,000 mile 6-liter. And I'm gonna boost it with either Pro Charger or turbo kit of some sort, but most likely a Pro Charger or a Vortec. Hoping to make 550, 600, be conservative and have all the power I need to do what I'll be able to track it, do road course track days.
And this isn't your only G8 like platform.
This is not. So this is chassis wise identical to my G8 drift car that I have. So same BC Racing coilovers, same ASD handbrake, same TR6060 transmission, same clutch. So it handles and behaves identical to my G8 track car, just looking over a different hood. It is very well mannered. It tracks well. It's, you point and shoot, it goes anywhere you want. So it has been incredible to drive so far.
Is the patina real?
Yeah, so it's a factory 72 C15 since the GMC. It's not a C10. I've had people yell at me for that, but it was a short box, five lug disc brake truck. So it is factory short box. It wasn't a shortened long box or anything like that. But wheelbase to wheelbase, there's 0.2 of an inch difference between the G8 and the C10. So it kind of fell into fate's hands that it worked out. It was a totaled car and a truck that needed a floor pan anyway, so if it was a failure, I could have just put a new floor pan under the truck and restored it back to original. So G8 strut towers, obviously. These are G8 fenders that I just kind of made as filler panels. These are smashed up fenders that I had laying around the shop from my drift car. So this is factory G8 firewall. This is a filler panel, and then this is the C10. So it firewall to firewall was nearly identical within a 1/2 inch. The wheelbase is 0.2 of an inch off, and the way these two bodies fit together was pretty incredible because it shouldn't have happened. But I mean, it is literally a leftover GM parts bin. Everything on this car is, this truck I should say, is used off of a different project or leftovers from my drift car or a spare for my drift car. So only a select few parts were purchased new. The roll cage was done by my buddy, but you know, it's a 260,000 mile junkyard motor. It's the intake that was on that truck. It's the wiring harness out of the 05. It's the cluster and the steering column out of the 05. So it thinks it's in a 5 Silverado when you drive it. So same thing with the door. So this is factory C10 rocker, 2x4 C channel, and then G8 rocker. So cut the outer cap off of the G8 rocker, and there's a structure inside. So that's what you're seeing there. But interior is not quite finished yet. I was waiting for my new ECU to come in, so I'll be able to finish out the cluster and the steering for the center console and all that stuff. And then I've got some trim to finish down by the doors. So it's running and driving. I wanted to enjoy it for the summer, and then this winter I'll go back through and finish out the little details and stuff like that. But so far it runs great, drives great. It does everything I want it to. It's just needs a little more power to really get it to where I want to be. So
Thank you so much.
I'm Luke.
Luke
Stilly.
Michael, good to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet you.
Thank you so much for showing this to me. It's super cool. And
You're welcome.
we got here a little early, so there's no cars here yet, but they'll be here really soon. Thanks so
It's
much.
awesome to be at this event. I wanted to come to it for quite a few
Oh, this is your
years.
first time?
Yep.
Cool.
So 7-hour trek to get here. Last minute, 11 a.m. on Friday morning at work, decided to load the trailer and come down here. So excited to be here.
That's super cool.